Hi, and welcome to our first OStateReport for the 2014-2015 school year. I'm Austin Reagan.
And I'm Jordan Tidwell. We're glad you could join us.
Students recently gathered at Kerr Drummond to raise awareness about sexual violence on college campuses. I spoke to Renee Perry, one of the organizers of the event.
Take Back the Night is a national and international event that has been going on for a long time now. It's where students across the country meet in their campuses and have a march through their campus as sort of a way of taking back the night from people who commit acts of sexual or violence against students.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, sexual violence is got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Take Back the Night started in the 70s. Years ago, women gathered in Europe to discuss the safety of women walking public streets. Since then, Take Back the Night has focused on eliminating sexual and domestic violence in all forms. OSU is one of the thousands of college campuses across the country that participates in Take Back the Night. OSU public service officers discuss how the Safe Walk has helped students feel more comfortable at night.
Well, basically we have people call in to the police department. Police department then calls us through the radio, and we go pick up the person that needed the Safe Walk and get them from point A to point B.
OSU Police Department wants students to know that if they don't feel safe walking alone at night, they can always contact a public service officer to walk them to their dorm room.
Children's books such as Where the Wild Things Are and Harry Potter are among the many books classified as banned from public and school libraries. Amy Leet has more on an event bringing these banned books into the spotlight.
Banned Book Week celebrates books that have been challenged or banned in the United States. Books can be banned either on a national or local level depending on the circumstances. If a person is concerned about the content of a book, they may challenge it in hopes to get it off the shelves of libraries and out of school curriculum.
Ultimately, I think it can be a way to have a conversation about content, a conversation about who's responsible for the content that we have at libraries. And you know, a lot of the times it's a parent who doesn't want their child exposed to something. And so we have to really ask, is it the library's responsibility to manage that, or should it be the parent's responsibility to pay attention to what their child is reading? But we don't want to take away the ability of someone else to access an idea or information because one person is made uncomfortable by it.
Many popular books today are ones that were once banned.
Although these books have been banned in the past, it didn't stop all of these students from reading them.
These students are passionate about the knowledge obtained from certain banned books, so they came together to read their favorite passages from them in honor of Banned Book Week.
That very night in Max's room, a forest grew.
Madeline Phillips, an OSU freshman, brought the book Carrie by Stephen King, which was one of the top banned books in America in high schools during the 1990s.
I think Banned Books Week is important because a lot of these books contain themes and ideas and subjects that people want to avoid or suppress, but a lot of these same subjects are ones that we need to think about.
Courtney Cox, an OSU freshman, brought the book The Outsiders and also felt that banned books were important learning tools in today's society.
Some of the biggest books that had the biggest influence on our life, apparently society thinks, hey, maybe we shouldn't be letting our kids read this, when maybe that's where we get our biggest life lessons from.
Regardless of whether books will continue to be banned, it's clear that there will always be somebody willing to read them.
So next time you pick up one of these, realize there may be more of a history to it than you think.
For OState TV, I'm Amy Leet.
The Atherton Hotel on campus may look like it normally does on the outside, but once you step inside the doors, it is a full-on construction zone. The hotel is going through a complete renovation this year in order to more easily accommodate guests. I spoke to Josh Bernard, the general manager of the Atherton, who explains the updates the Atherton is receiving.
The hotel is undergoing an extensive renovation. Obviously, it's gutted in there. And on the second, third, and fourth floors, we are taking out walls, reconfiguring restrooms, making them larger, making some rooms on the fourth floor larger. We had some rooms without windows. We are adjusting our room layout so that we don't have any rooms without windows. The lobby is going to be completely reconfigured.
Despite the hotel being closed for renovation, the hotel's restaurant, the Rangers Club, is still open to the public. The Atherton is planning on opening their doors to guests in August of 2015. In the past few years, there's been a change in the newspaper industry to more of a focus on online content.
This change has been happening on a national scale. The student paper at OSU is no exception. Garrett Wilson joins us with changes that you'll notice at the newsstands on Stillwater campus. Garrett?
Austin, the student newspaper at Oklahoma State, has been around longer than Oklahoma has been a state. First distributed in 1895 as the College Mirror, the paper has seen many changes. The name changed to the Daily Oak-Legion in 1924. That name stuck with the paper until this year.
Realized we were changing our product, we were changing hopefully our identity, and so we changed it completely from the Oak-Legion to our nickname, the Oak-Collie.
The name isn't the only thing changing at the Oak-Collie. The Oak-Collie has also gone to only publishing 3 days a week. In place of a daily publication, the Oak-Collie is devoting more time to building a better online presence with a stronger multimedia platform. To help increase their online presence, the Oak-Collie has entered into a partnership with OState TV. Much like the Oak-Collie, OState TV is an outlet to help teach students about working in video and news. The goal for both organizations is to allow students to have relevant material to put on a resume. Austin, back to you.
Imagine being able to travel all over Stillwater, even to Oklahoma City and Tulsa without needing a car. Dan Lindblatt takes us on a ride with the OSU bus and transit system.
Buses can almost always be seen entering and leaving the multimodal center on weekdays at Oklahoma State. The OSU Department of Transit has 20 buses in its main fleet and uses nearly all of them during the busiest times. Most of the buses have been converted to compressed natural gas, which means they can travel all day long and only need fueling at night. Steve Spradling is the Director of Parking and Transit Services. He says each bus has its own particular travel path throughout the day.
13 on fixed routes during the day, one that's a trail bus that picks up the overload on the gray route along where all the apartments are on Perkins Road, and then we have 3 on our dedicated paratransit system for our disabled passengers.
If you're a student, a $2.30 fee per credit hour has been included and goes toward the bus system. So all you have to do is swipe and ride. Not only does the bus system serve OSU students, it also helps the Stillwater community. Buses travel through most of Stillwater and also from Stillwater to Tulsa and Oklahoma City. In fact, last year 600,000 passengers rode a bus either on the OSU campus or to the outside cities. The routes are comprised of parts with the most need and also the logistics of the city. Each is specifically designed to go through as many controlled intersections and take as many right turns as possible.
The buses arrive at their stop, like this one, on a set schedule. If students want to know where their buses are currently at, though, there's an app for that.
It was a way that students could pull out their smartphone and be able to look up the actual location of the bus and see how long it was going to be.
For OState TV, I'm Dan Lindblad.
A recent study shows an increasing amount of the millennial generation are making the decision to get rid of cable. Frank and Magid Associates presented a survey last week revealing 18 to 34-year-olds using TV as their primary source of entertainment went down from 40% to 21%. The survey says that 59% of U.S. households pay for a video streaming service like Netflix or Hulu Plus. Sports fans like graduate student Seth French still need cable providers to watch most live sports.
Especially because football season, I like being able to watch the football games and stuff like that.
Consumers view an average of 7.3 hours of TV daily and 2.06 hours on a digital device. A dating app that is becoming more and more popular for young adults is resulting in some successful relationships.
Courtney May introduces us to a couple that met on Tinder.
In a world that's at our fingertips, meeting people face to face is becoming less common, but that's not always a bad thing. Technology like Facebook and Twitter allow us to connect with old friends, and now make new ones.
Me and my friends were really delirious, studying really late one night, and so we decided to start messaging like a bunch of our matches, these random pickup lines. I messaged him this pickup line, and instead of playing dumb, he replied with the answer to my pickup line. We just sent really corny pickup lines back and forth for an hour and then exchanged numbers, and that's how it all started.
A start to a relationship the couple describes as 1 in a million.
A year and a half later, and we're still here, so.
And Millie says Alex is the one person she can count on.
He's the only one I want to talk to if I'm mad, sad, stressed, whatever. Pretty much sums it up. He's my best friend.
So beautiful.
You're squeezing my ring really hard.
I'm sorry.
While their relationship leaves Alex speechless, Millie has something to say.
Tinder's real.
Or is it?
I get one match with one girl who is, to say nicely, psychotic. It was like 45 messages a day. I mean, every waking minute. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? It was crazy. Hey, what you doing? I will never, ever text someone that again.
With its new slogan, Love at First Swipe, Tinder reportedly has a new marriage proposal every month. For OState TV, I'm Courtney May.
And that's this week's edition of the OState Report. I'm Austin Reagan.
And I'm Jordan Tidwell. We'll see you next week on OState TV.